We learned a lot of new information today about Road to the Show in MLB The Show 18. I'm going to start out by showing you guys a video. The link to the video will be down in the description below. It's over on PlayStation's YouTube channel. MLB The Show 18, Feature Talk, Road to the Show Progression. And then I'm going to also link a PlayStation blog post that we're going to go through here in this video that goes over each of the new things in Road to the Show this year. And as we go through each of those, I'll give my thoughts on each of the new additions to Road to the Show. Enjoy this video.
We're evolving Road to the Show this year, and this is a mode we have in the game for people who don't want to use everybody. Some people just want to create their player like an RPG, just use him. And you're basically trying to start in the minors and make it all the way to the majors, right? After you create your guide, you're gonna pick an archetype. This is a big change for Road to the Show. This is gonna govern the type of player that you want to become. So here's the wizard. The strengths are fielding and speed, weakness is power, because you can't do everything. We have starting caps and max caps on all of our attributes. Those max caps, you can't improve upon those. Those are going to be locked. Gotcha. Unless you put on some dope equipment like some shoes, some cleats, and you can go past the cap. But it's a trade-off. Do you want to hit for contact? Do you want to hit for power? Do you want a glove? Do you want speed? So you're going to choose ball hawk. Why the ball hawk?
Because you can improve them. A lot faster to improve a ball hawk than a powerhouse.
Power corner. Absolutely. Hit home runs. Power corner.
Something told me you were going to pick that.
Let's try Mr. Reliable.
Mr. Reliable, all right.
I'm gonna go good hands. They're kind of in the middle. I want to be somebody that can help out the team in multiple ways.
Gotta go playing filthy. I think it's just the guys with the nastiest pitches. You know what I mean? When you have nasty pitches, man, you get outs. This is dope.
Oh, almost.
You gotta have
So
that
if
one.
you start to increase your speed and your reaction time, you will eventually be able to get to that ball.
Yeah.
And that's what's really fun about Road to Show. Everything you do, that's how you make your guy better. You want to hit for power, you need to hit doubles, triples, and home runs. All of the points are auto-spent now. So you can't create that 99 guy where you're like, oh, I want 99 speed, I want 99 contact. You have to do it all in real time in the game.
Cool. My guy rakes.
Does, see? So you got batting clutch. So these are all attributes going up in real time. So we are looking at the base game screen, which is all new to MLB The Show 18. So you can see in this screen here, your contact went up, and your contact went up because you got base hits against right-handed pitching. Your power also kind of stayed the same, but it went up a little bit. So let's go down here to this arm accuracy, which went down. Why'd this go down, Trey?
I might have thrown the ball to third base when I was supposed to at the first. I don't know. I know where to throw the ball in
You know
real
where to
life.
throw the ball. So another thing is players learn stuff from being on different teams and having different teammates. Let's say you get drafted by the Yankees. You're going to have opportunities to train with really good players who hit a lot of home runs, and that'll help you hit more home runs just because you're on that team.
Yeah, it's realistic, man. It's cool.
And that's a small snippet of what's in Road to the Show this year.
Pre-order now.
PlayStation.
Now I'm going to go over the PlayStation blog post. Again, the video and this post will be down in the description below if you want to check them out for yourselves. I'm going to go through each thing, read what they wrote, and then give my thoughts on each of those features. The first thing they discuss is no more microtransactions. The first change is the removal of microtransactions from progression. They wanted to remove the need to make purchases to progress your player and just focus on the gameplay and a more pure experience. So this year, you'll no longer be able to purchase training points. Instead, you'll experience a new way to progress your creative player, which we'll talk about later on here in this video and in the blog post. The removal of microtransactions from Road to the Show also means that you'll no longer be able to heal injuries through stubs. You're going to just have to let them heal naturally. So personally, I really like this. I think it's always great when a game, instead of letting you buy the things you want, they make you earn it through gameplay. I really like that they're doing that for Road to the Show, especially kind of everything that's going on, you know, Battlefront. They have those microtransaction issues. It's kind of a big deal in some games. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people like it. And I think this is a really good move on MLB The Show's part, removing these microtransactions from Road to the Show. And I think it's going to work well with the new archetypes and attribute caps and all that good stuff that we'll talk about in just a little bit. I think it's really going to work well to make Road to the Show more immersive, a lot more fun, and feel like you're actually playing as someone trying to work their way to the MLB. The second thing is new archetypes and attribute caps. Archetypes, archetypes, I've heard it both ways. In the video we just watched, I believe they said archetypes, so I'm just probably gonna go with that one when I pronounce it in this video. Another big change they made was how your player is created. This year, your created player will have an archetype. They designed archetypes as a means to create more believable players, and they reflect the various types of players currently found in baseball. Each will have their own suggested primary positions, and then there are specific ones for infield, outfield, and pitchers. Every archetype has a pair of strengths and the weakness. Some archetypes may have a big power potential at the sacrifice of speed, while others will be insanely fast, but lack that ability to go deep. For example, a power corner archetype's strengths are their arm and their power, and then their weakness would be their speed. Lastly, archetypes will have limitations to how powerful they can be in certain attributes, and then these are called attribute caps, and you'll need to raise these during the course of your career if you want to get the most out of your player. There are two types of these attribute caps. They have current and max. Current caps are temporary attribute limits that can be raised through selecting the appropriate focus training choice during one of your training sessions, and these training choices feature a teammate, and they're the only way to raise that current cap. So you need to be sure not to neglect these opportunities, because once you reach a current cap, you will not be able to take advantage of any gains until that cap is raised. Eventually, you will reach an attribute cap which cannot be raised. This is your max attribute cap. Max caps are the best that your player can be at a particular attribute through training. However, you can still use those equipment cards to further enhance attributes even past their max caps. And speaking of equipment cards, they've added even more equipment and even more rituals to provide so much more variety for your creative player, and they know how much fun it is for you guys and us to try and find that right piece of equipment that looks good on your player, goes with your uniform, but then also has those good bonuses, you know, the extra attributes for your guy. I really like this idea. I'm a little bit sad that I'm not going to be able to have someone that's 99 at every position, but when I play Road to the Show, I do kind of like that realistic experience, so I think this is really good for that. I'm excited to see how it goes. I think it's a really cool addition and will make Road to the Show different from any MLB game that they've had so far, so I'm definitely excited to try it out, see how it plays. From everything that I'm seeing, it looks like they've done a really good job with it, still giving us a lot of variety, but also making it more realistic and more of a gameplay experience where you're actually experiencing someone who is trying to make their way to the majors, and you don't have to pay to get your player the best possible attributes that they can have. And then I also like that you can still use that equipment to get it past those caps. So even if you don't have, you know, the ability to go to 99 contact, you know, you're stuck at 70, you can still get your contact even higher. So you can still create that superstar player, get a lot of those stats up. But this just, for me, I feel like will really improve the experience of Road to the Show. The next feature they talk about in the blog post is focus training and the expansion of Pave Your Path. So they've brought back the narrative experience to help tell the story of what it's like for a mid to late round draft pick in the baseball world, and they've also improved and minimalized the UI to kind of add to that sleek look of Road to the Show and not make it so intrusive. In addition to keeping the strong storytelling presence this year, they're taking some major steps in one of their favorite modes, Road to the Show. So in addition to archetypes, they changed the way you progress your characters as you pave your path. They thought about how their previous progression system worked, and they asked themselves, does this feel good? Is this how you would progress in the real world of baseball? And how do we create a more seamless experience? And after discussions between themselves and then with professional baseball players, they came to an answer for how player progression should work, and progression is now a two-part experience. The next part of the blog, it goes more in depth about this. It talks about the on the field progression and then the focus training choices. So we'll go through each of those and talk about them after we read the little bit in the blog post. So first we have on the field. The first way that you progress and get better is on the field. As we all know, you learn by doing, and your abilities will award you gains to your player's attributes. We felt like this was a very organic and passive way to progress. You just play the game. Every on the field action you make will feed into your player's attributes. So for example, you hit a monster bomb off Chris Sale with runners in scoring position, then your player would earn gains in their power versus lefties, and then also their batting clutch attributes. So you'll be able to track these gains both during the game and then as they happen and at the end of the game on the base gains screen, and the hope is that both you and your player improve together as you play. Next up, we have focus training choices. So the second way that you'll be able to improve your player is through focus training choices. Previously, you had the power to take all your accumulated training points and place them wherever you wanted. This year, they removed the hassle of getting into a groove of playing some of your best games and then having to spend that growing sum of points to play catch up on lapsed training. So now you'll be presented with a quick choice experience during the course of the season, where you're presented with a short list of options, and these options represent areas you want to specifically focus and train your player in order to improve, and you'll choose from up to 4 facility themes. Each facility will have their own specific training exercises. You'll choose a training exercise that suits your needs and then improve the specified attributes. It's just that simple. This will allow you to choose how your player progresses while allowing you to get back to playing the game. When they interviewed players over the past 2 years to help build Road to the Show, every player that they spoke to mentioned that a big part of their growth came from learning from other players, and they wanted to try to reflect that this year in some way. So as mentioned previously, all player archetypes have temporary caps. You'll have the opportunity during a focus training session to choose a teammate to learn from and have them help you push your player's potential. Managing your caps is important because if you neglect them too long, an attribute caps out, and then you'll not be able to gain any progress in the attribute, and you'll have to wait for another opportunity to train with a teammate. So first off, we have the on the field. I really like this. I think it's going to be awesome that the way you play and perform in a game is how your attributes are going to go up. So, you know, if I'm over here hitting a lot of home runs, my power is going to be going up. If I'm getting a lot of clutch hits, my clutch is going to be going up. And I really like that aspect of this. And I think it's going to be fun that your player might adapt to your play style. You know, you try and hit home runs, your power swinging, your power is more likely to go up than your contact is. I really like that. I think it's going to be fun that your player is going to kind of match how you're playing and your attributes are going to go up in that way. And then also the focus training choices I think it's going to be a cool way to know where your cap is at, what you're doing to get it up, you know, feeling like you're interacting with your teammates. I just feel like everything I'm reading so far about Road to the Show, they're just really improving it and making it so it's more immersive and it feels like you're actually controlling someone on their way to the big leagues. The next thing they talked about in the blog was customization improvements, and we'll go ahead and read this a little bit and then talk about each improvement that they do in the blog post. So finally, they wanted to write about the customization improvements available in Road to the Show. As a team, they've made it one of their biggest priorities to improve the look and appearance of your creative player while offering you more ways to express yourself. And they know that this is the starting point of your Road to the Show experience, and it should offer everything you need to make you or your ideal version of a baseball player. And this year they've taken some steps to help make this process a best-in-class experience. The first thing that they talk about in the blog post is improved skin, hair, and heads. Their art team has been busy all year to improve the quality of their skin tones and how they look in various lighting conditions. This year in MLB The Show 18, your player's skin tone will have an even more natural appearance and look more realistic. In addition to skin, all of our hair has been reworked in order to look and react more like hair. This is both for the facial hair and then the hair on your head. Now fade hairstyles transition better from shaved areas to the grown out parts, while mustache, goatee, and beard fidelity reflects a more realistic look. I love this, man. You know, it seems like the graphics, and I feel like this is the way it should be, but the graphics just get so much better every year. And from what I've seen in the stream and these videos, it looks so much better than last year. The skin just looks 10 times better. The hair looks just more natural. The players just look so much better, and it's crazy. I wouldn't know where to start. It's just crazy to me how much they continue to improve the graphics of the game every single year. And from what I've seen so far, the skin, the hair, the heads, like everything just looks amazing. The next thing they talk about is the batting stance creator. A major addition to the player customization experience is the brand new batting stance creator. The batting stance creator will allow you the opportunity to tweak and adjust that perfect batting stance to reflect your personal style. They even expose the values so you can share these with other people. All of these adjustments provide a deeper level of customization and uniqueness to creative players, so fine tune as much as you need. I really like this. I don't know if you could find anyone that doesn't actually like that they added a batting stance creator. I don't know why you would dislike this. It's not like they force you to use it. You can still choose someone's stance. Like if my favorite player is Mike Trout and I want to do Mike Trout's batting stance, I can still do that. However, you know, if you think they didn't get Mike Trout's batting stance 100% perfect, you can go in after choosing his batting stance and I'm pretty sure still adjust the stance to make it how you think Mike Trout's stance actually looks. Or you can just try and create the craziest of funny looking ones. You know, maybe here on the channel we get a top 5 funniest batting stance series of the week, something like that going. I can't find a reason why anyone would dislike the batting stance creator. I think it's an amazing feature, and you know, everyone has a unique batting stance. It's kind of like snowflakes. Are any two batting stances really the same? Some might be similar, but they're all unique somehow and in their own ways. And I think it's awesome that you're going to be able to create any stance you want. And then the last part of the blog post is just a nice little thing, play ball. These new changes to Road to the Show are just the next steps in our journey to provide the best single player sports gaming experience possible. We look forward to seeing which archetypes you select, what meaningful career choices you make, the stances you create, and of course, how successful they become in the show. I feel like it's a lot to take in, but everything that I'm hearing about MLB The Show just week after week continues to amaze me. Everything I'm seeing just makes it seem like they're really improving the game, and that MLB The Show 18, which obviously this is what we hope for every year, but it truly seems like it's going to be their best version of the game yet. And just so many things have been improved. I can tell a lot of hard work and thought went into the game, and it sounds like they continue to listen to the community. It's going to be very interesting to see after people actually play the Road to the Show, choose the archetypes, things like that. And, you know, I get to play for myself, like things like that. It's going to be interesting to see how you guys feel, how everyone else feels, how I feel about these archetypes in Road to the Show. I think it's going to be cool. I think I'm going to like it just because it's making it more realistic. So and it's not going to prevent you from still being a superstar player. You know, you can max out your attributes and it will be good enough for you to be a superstar player, but you're not going to be, you know, some unrealistic 99 overall at everything guy. And I really like that, and I'm excited to see how it actually does play out. And I like that you're able to still use that equipment in case you do want to get stats past those caps a little bit. And you know, it might be something if you only play Road to the Show and you're earning stubs because they don't have training points to heal injuries. It's something for you to use your stubs on. You can head over to Diamond Dynasty and get those pieces of equipment for your Road to the Show player. So I'm really excited about that. I like that they have the attribute caps. I think it's going to be a cool feature. The customization, just they continue to add more every year, and then they're continuing to improve, you know, the skin tones, the hair, all that good stuff. They're continuing to improve it, and I really, it just amazes me at how good the game really does look. They improved the jerseys. Just it looks so good this year, and I'm excited to actually play it for myself. And then the last thing I want to discuss is the on the field and then the focus training choices. I like that you are able to interact with your teammates, and I like that your players' attributes will go up based on how you do or go down based on how you do. You know, if you're making a whole bunch of throwing errors in the video, Trey Turner throws to third base instead of first base, and his fielding or his arm accuracy, like one of the stats went down. And you know, I really like that how you play will impact if your stats go up and down. And just, I feel like I can't say it enough. I'm excited for Road to the Show. I'm excited for MLB The Show 18 and just everything, man. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. It seems like they're really improving Road to the Show, and I can't wait to get my hands on MLB The Show 18 and actually get a chance to play it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you're most excited for and your thoughts on all of these things in Road to the Show in MLB The Show 18. Feel free to subscribe for more MLB The Show 18 news and content and gameplay videos once MLB The Show 18 actually comes out. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again so much for watching. Peace out.